Sorry, Miss Chow. I'm live. What's that? Happy new moon in Cancer. You already know the drill. We're about to do a live collective reading / channel some channel messages. Let me just move these cards out the way. You already know I be making decks like almost. I've been making decks a lot, so I'm in the process of making some new decks for y'all, for us to enjoy. That is significant for somebody, just being able to start 50 million projects at one time, but also pace yourself, because the feeling of being overwhelmed, it does not just come out of nowhere. I promise you. 10 times out of 10, it's probably our fault. And honestly, that is kind of not too far off from a Cancerian type of energy, because Cancer is definitely probably one of the signs that embody the mother type of energy. If anybody's wondering, if anybody's curious, my North Node is in Cancer, South Node is in Capricorn. My North Node is in the 12th house. So I'm very familiar with Capricorn energy because that's like a past life, but I'm internally and subconsciously very familiar with Cancerian energy. It's just I have to learn to get used to it and walk in that path, because in several past lives I was always work, this I was, you know what I'm saying? But in this life I have to be able to manage work and play, and balance work and play, balance love and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be an asshole dictator in this lifetime. I'm not saying I was, and I you never know. I could have been maybe a lifetime or two. But this lifetime that's not the objective. And I'm honestly grateful that isn't the objective for this lifetime, because family is quite literally something that not everybody gets to experience in this lifetime. A real sense of family. Whether that be the family I create here on earth, whether that be you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. Let me light this little incense real quick. This is not the lighter. This is the lighter. I'm sorry. So I'm sitting at the corner of my desk, and because I noticed that my last reading, I had you guys face right here, like in the front, and my altar was kind of like directly in the back, which I don't really care if y'all see it per se, but you know, our spirit team likes a little privacy for the most part, you know, so you don't want to disrespect them. It's almost like you be on the phone and then you're not cognizant. Like, say you're on the phone in the living room, right, with a friend, and you totally disregarding that your mom just got out the shower, or you're in your mom's, something like that. Like, you're exposing your home, basically. Like you're on the phone and you're just walking throughout the house, and you're not realizing in the background you got your family like in a more vulnerable state. Like, girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, your guides and spirit team, ancestors, like a bit of privacy as well, especially on this internet shit, you know what I'm saying? Because we love to expose or just put everything on the internet. And while that can be a positive thing, it can also be a negative, intrusive, and very intrusive thing. And I do believe in the right to privacy. And if you believe that you have the right to privacy, then your ancestors should have the right to privacy as well, because you work with them, they work with you, and they live vicariously through you, and they help you throughout this life. That also goes with the deities you work with, if you work with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have an altar, treat it with as much as respect as you can. It's okay to make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But, you know. Alright, so before we tap into any cards today, maybe I should put this in the frame. Before we tap into any cards today, we're definitely going to read some channeled messages or some downloads I got in the past few days while I've been walking outside. Oh yeah, all these downloads for the most part have been channeled when I was outside. So they're very, very, very the purest form of downloads. Okay, is it in the frame? Okay, cool. Spirit also says slow the fuck down. I don't know who sent ancestors was coming like that, but I needed to hear it like that, because I'd just be like, you know. And again, I just got the shower, and Ooh, I just got out of the shower. And every time I come on live after a shower, I'm like, ooh, I gotta put my lemon on, or my lime under my armpits. As you know, I don't use deodorant. I just be using limes. If I do use something on my armpits that's not a lime, I'm gonna show you guys. I feel like somebody could benefit from this if they're trying to, especially if you're trying to find alternatives to certain deodorants with aluminum in them. Let me show you this one. It's not a stick deodorant. It's actually the, it's like a lotion kind of deodorant. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. Hold on. I use it when I'm like really going outside. I don't know, when I just feel like I really do need it. But for the most part, 80 to 90% of the time, I'm using a lime, or I don't put on deodorant, just because my diet has definitely helped with, you know, odors and stuff like that when it comes to under my armpits. I still sweat and all because, you know, hyperhidrosis for real, but like, anyway, this is what I use. It's 72 hour. It really does work. And this is coming from, it works, okay? It works. This is the Lume. Yes, whole body deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. I don't put on my privates. I just put it on my pits if I feel called to, you know, if I really need to. It's invisible cream, so it goes on white and then it dries dry. And this one is in the flavor clean tangerine. I love me a tangerine. I didn't realize that was the name of this. And I love me a tangerine. And here's the ingredients list. It's not the shortest ingredients list, but it has no aluminum. So, and it says made with skin safe ingredients. So that's the least we can ask from these companies, you know. I'm not saying it's perfect, but anyway, we're going to be using this deck, my little foundation deck. So these are these cards that you guys already know. You guys been here before. Oh, by the way, my name is Trinity, aka maamaog. I'm so now used to saying that, because I don't know, when I was given that name, I was very shy, or I wasn't, I don't know. I was still coming into my power, which I still come into my power every single day. It's just, I don't know, like, did I feel the honor enough to have that name? Or did I feel ready to have it? Like, I felt ready to to take it on, but I felt like my humbleness and my meekness was getting in the way of me claiming it fully. Because who the fuck am I? You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the name that was given to me. And I appreciate the person who initiated it for me. Well, Spirit actually led it to be that. But obviously through another vessel, I was given it by him. So still shout out to him. Alright. I'm still going to read the downloads. I'm just shuffling these cards because we are going to use this deck and the other deck. We might get some downloads from this paper later. I'm not sure yet. Move this knife. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, if I remember, Jupiter is in Cancer. The Sun is in Cancer. I forgot the third one that's in Cancer, but I also know that Venus is in Taurus. So those might be significant for the whole entire collective, obviously. All right, so we're going to start off with the downloads I got at 1:51 p.m. on June 21st, 2025. Oh, by the way, today is June 25th, 2025. Anyway, first set of downloads. The first quote is The Headless Horseman. Oh my gosh, we're going to really go through all these downloads. Spirit's going to make me go through all. Let me not complain. I like to work. I'm just like, sheesh. I might not stay in the same spot this whole entire time. I might like go outside or something to read these off, because you know I get a little antsy. Can't stand still. Can't leave my hair alone. You know what I'm saying? But the Headless Horseman is the first one. So how we can interpret that for the collective, for you guys. Obviously, I want you guys to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Use your discernment and intuition as you do with every other collective message, general message type of reading. Because most of these readings here on YouTube are for the collective or general. So you have to use your discernment. You have to use your intuition. Your God-given gifts must be in use at all times. Just having that disclaimer out there. The Headless Horseman. I don't know why I'm just getting the... Like, I'm seeing the Headless Horseman obviously ride their horse, but I'm seeing, like, obviously they have no head. I'm seeing them, it's instead of a head, it's like fire. Like they're riding their horse and it's just fire. I'm also getting the quote, "You can think your head off." That might be significant for someone. I feel like either this might apply to the karmicville or the karmic side of things, people who are still in that karmic cycle, or this could apply to the collective's shadow, my collective shadow, that are obviously in your paradigm where it is dharmic. I feel like Spirit is saying you can think all day and you can run your mouth as the horse is doing running. But you can still think your head off. It's like senseless. It's like being senseless in a sense. Like being a hothead in some way, shape, or form is significant for some reason. And when you're a hothead, you can, that mouth, man. I'm telling you, bro. I can relate. So I'm not judging anybody. Yeah. I'm just getting like confirmation. I'm just getting like a group of headless horsemen off with like spears, and they're ready for some type of war. But I'm getting like throat chakra energy. I'm getting like, swords, king of swords, or maybe prince of swords, or knight of swords type of energy. Swords energy in general. Obviously that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra energy. But they're on their way to tell someone off, or tell a group of individuals off in some way, shape, or form. And obviously, yes, they have thought about what they said, but they've overthought it. Like it's like your brain is moving so fast while you're charging at your target, but you're on fire. And while you're on fire, being a hothead, this is honestly mimicking Aries energy, but I'm not getting Aries energy. I'm not even getting a fire sign energy. I'm getting like a whole bunch of air signs in fire energy. And if you add air to fire, you're not putting out the fire. You're confirmation. You are making the fire greater. You're making it big. Like you're expanding the fire. So I think Spirit had me read this to you guys because we are in Cancer season, and that's a water sign. So I feel like maybe all the air signs maybe need to learn a thing or two from Cancerian energy at this time, because for some reason you guys are like on fire with your tongue, or with just how you guys are handling things, like really heavy king of swords, like cutthroat. I'm not gonna hold you. I know I said the air energy, but obviously it's accompanied with fire. You need that water. And I'm Aquarius, so I'm not above y'all. You need that water to to put it out when you need to. I think it was an old download I had. It was like, hold on, give me a minute. Hotheads, something about hotheads needing to cool off before, during, and after events. There we go. I'm going to stop right there and read the next one. I don't want the explanations to be too long, because all of these are general messages, and I want everybody to be able to keep up with their attention span while they're watching me. That's why I kind of like moving around a lot. I don't like being too, because I know, like, a lot of people in my collective are neurodivergent, so the attention span thing I know is a bit, Let me zoom. Okay. Next one is The Plague Never Left. I'm gonna go outside for that one. I'm gonna bring are my feet ashy, bro? Hold on. Because if my feet are ashy, I'm not going outside with ashy feet. Like, is my altar showing? See? I'm like a badass little kid with an iPhone. Let me put some lotion on my feet so we can go outside. Because, yeah, I put lotion on the top half of my body. Then put lotion on my legs. Yeah, you ashy motherfucker. Anyway, because I was kind of rushing. I wasn't rushing. Like, the shower part wasn't rushing. But after I got out the shower, I was like, hold on. I gotta go live by 3:30. Alright, we can go. Plus, I don't know why I only have 2 out of 4 of those little bars, but not the bars that go like this. The bars that go like this. The vertical ones, not the horizontal ones. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and step outside because I want to change the setting. I'm gonna just continue to read these downloads while I'm outside. Probably will get the messages a little bit more clear, and then we're gonna come back inside and rip some cards. It is 3:45. I hopefully will finish this before 4:30. That's the goal. I always like it to be less than an hour, if possible. Because then when I edit it down, it can be around 30 to 45 minutes, which isn't too long. But if we can be efficient. Ooh, I just got more boards. Okay, where are we going? It's fake sunny out here. I'm gonna sit over there. I could go to the park, but yeah, that's a lot of walking up there. It's up the hill, and I just put moisturizer on my motherfucking feet, and I'm not trying to walk through this grass. The fuck, I hate going outside after I get in the shower. It just be blowing me. Like, I like going outside, but then I just got clean, and sometimes I don't. Spirit saying shut up. Anyway, let me next week's downloads. My toes are so cute right now. Shoo, honestly, depending on what Spirit really has in plan for us, we might just be reading off all these downloads for this. It depends on if they. It said pause due to bad connection. But I like this spot. That's unfortunate. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. I turned off my Wi-Fi though. I'm gonna just put it right here. Okay, that's good enough. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna tell you guys the time I got these downloads because the time actually might be significant as an angel number. So I got these set of downloads at 1:51 p.m. So 1:51. And if I forgot that one thing in math where there's like 2 straight lines and a number in the middle. If I figure out the name of that math lesson, I will put it when I edit this video. Anyway, the last download we left off was The Plague Never Left. And if you guys do know that the history of America, anyway, I'm not sure about the other countries, but there has been a plague in almost all, or some type of virus or some type of like extreme like pandemic in a sense in every 20. So like you got 1920s, 2020s, like there has been some sort of extreme case of sickness on a grander scale. And I think Spirit is saying the plague never left because maybe the plagues in life or in this world or in this realm, confirmation, they don't ever leave. They just stay dormant, almost like the parasites within the body. If you're not properly cleansing yourself of them, they actually don't leave your body. They just stay dormant until they're activated. So the 2020s are the activation of the parasite. This is the time of the parasite. I want to call the 2020s the decade of the parasites. If that wasn't a confirmation yet. Okay. That was thunder. I think maybe Spirit just wanted me to come out here so I can have that confirmation. I'm gonna still stay. Let me walk my little ass inside. Maybe we'll go on the deck. Yeah, we're gonna go on the deck because I still want to be outside. I love thunder, but goddamn, when you hear thunder, the rain should definitely follow not too far after. So let me get my little black ass inside. But yeah, was I saying the 2020s marks the... Oh, God, was that Oya? Oh, my gosh. Let me go inside. So the 2020s marks the decade of the plague. Sorry, I didn't want to say it again and then like hold on, no, you lost this side. We're getting deep, bro. God. Hey, mommy. No, mommy. Legs hurt from yesterday. I couldn't run up the stairs. You heard that thunder?
Yeah, I feel great.
Please rain. No, it's going to. No, because I just got outside, mommy.
The fact that it's so hot tells me it was going to rain.
It's really about to rain, but I was like, let me go in because I'm like, let me not underestimate the random pour we're about to get. Yeah. But I want to be outside though. No, but I have electronics in my hand. I don't got time to be doing that. Alright. We're in Noah's Ark right now. Alright. We're going to get off that download because obviously I feel like you guys know what I mean. And it's very significant, obviously. But let me, hold on. With the 2020s being the decade of the plague, or the decade of the parasites are demons. Basically, they are the physical embodiment of demonic spirits. And honestly, you fight those first. You fight off a lot, then you start. If you fight off physical parasites, you are fighting off the spiritual parasites, the spiritual demons. Because the physical and the spiritual are still connected. They're still tethered. Your astral body is still tethered to your physical body. I found this stick at the park the other day. It was just chopped down. It was this big branch. You see how tall it is? Should go hard. Okay. Alright, let's go to the next download. I don't want to rush through them, but I also don't want to take too much time to relay the messages within each download. The next quote is, there are parked cars in heaven. Am I crying? The fuck? Alright, there are parked cars in heaven. That just, I don't know. I'm the one who wrote these, but obviously I was channeling, so reading them back after channeling them before is like I'm like reacting to them. I feel like a lot of people, my collective at this time, have been thinking about some passed away loved ones. Maybe even thinking about some recent passed away loved ones. And the fact that that download just said there are parked cars in heaven. That, like, oof. Because, yes, I know the spiritual community talks about how heaven and hell are real. And it's just, you know, within your mind and they're on earth. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below. So what I'm saying is, yes, there is heaven on earth. There is hell on earth. But there are these other dimensions, which are heaven and hell. We're not going to get too deep into that because I'm not going to argue with your mammy. Talk to God about it. But there are definitely parked cars in heaven. If anyone has recently experienced having one of their loved ones transition, they have parked their Jeep in heaven. They have parked their Corolla in heaven. Whatever car they have parked it in heaven. And I'm getting the image of like them arriving to heaven in the parking space. I'm sorry, I just saw like a ghost bird. I'm getting the image of a loved one in the parking lot of heaven, and they're not confused because they're not like a lost soul or anything. They're not like in limbo, like confused. No, they know they're in heaven, or they know they're about to enter the gates or whatever. But they're just sitting in their car for some reason. I feel like maybe they're sitting in their car because they feel like they forgot something, or I feel like they forgot to tell you something before they transitioned. But I'm just seeing that they're praying. It's crazy how like loved one just passed away and they're praying for you. But I'm also seeing them come out the car and they're answering. They're not gonna stay in there forever or anything. It's just, when you just transitioned and you made it to heaven, you probably should cry in your car a little bit. Because even if we have these intuitive sparks, like yes, we're going to heaven, or yes, we're going to be in a better place. But when we actually get to that better place, whether that be home to our alien home to the heavens, wherever our version of heaven will be when we pass away, and we actually make it there. It's gonna feel like nothing like how we're feeling it here. Like it's almost like, oh, well, I know I'm gonna get there. When you actually get to these places and spaces in life in general, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm here. And that can resonate to the 3D. When you're moving in love, and you're moving on your path, and you're moving along, and you're getting to these spaces, and you're reaching these milestones. Each milestone just feels like a whoa. Like you have to take a pause, unless you're not living in the present moment. But this is not for people who don't do that. This is for people who have the capability to multitask within the brain, within the mind, and to stay in the present moment and realize when they've made it to a certain milestone that they've been praying, that they've been yearning to make it to. And you're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like it's almost unrecognizable, because obviously it's not something you can fathom, or it's not something you can even picture what it looks like. Yes, you can have like little glimpses, little visions, but like as a whole, when everything comes together, it's like, wow, like I'm here, I made it. And there's just no words, there's just no greater feeling other than the feeling you would have at that very moment. God bless you all. Oh my gosh. I mean, I say. Shout out to Oya, man. I should go get some water. I'm gonna go get some water, and then I'm gonna read off the next download. 1 second, please. I'm back. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do a download, and then I'm going to draw a card. We're going to switch it up. We like to kind of move around in here, and then we like to energetically bounce off the walls a little bit here because of the attention spans we have here. I like to make things fun and interesting. Okay. My shirt might actually be significant for someone. Is a black and white butterfly, or this could obviously even like be like maybe trying to say like there's a moth energy. Some people may be having, or maybe have been seeing moths. I have seen a moth recently. Some of us, our guides, are coming in the form of so many different insects and animals and everything, but the butterfly or moth is definitely significant. Before I read the next download, we're gonna go ahead and draw our first card of the day. Oh, bro, what the hell? Oh. Somebody might have ancestors from Paris. Confirmation. Or Italy, or just that area. Italy, Paris, Rome. I don't know if I'm saying, look, I don't know if these are actually geography correct, you know what I'm saying? Look, my brain is braining right now. But Paris, Italy, France, again, people might have some, or maybe even just Creole ancestors are significant. We are lifted, we are gifted y protegidos siempre. We are lifted, we are gifted y protegidos siempre. Si se puede, si se puede, si se puede. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. Alright, we're going to take these 3. Spirit says no reversals. I usually don't take reversals for these cards because, yeah. A black card just pulled up going to the left. So we're going to be discussing the feminine energy right now in the collective. Just, oof. I'm back, y'all. Anyway. We have La Palma, El Venado, y La Mano. But it's crazy because El Venado came out in a reading, or just some cards I pulled maybe like in April. And I just literally posted those cards on my page. Interesting. But the numbers that are significant to these three cards are 51, 45, 21. 51 obviously adds up to 6, 45 obviously adds up to 9, and 21 obviously adds up to 3. I'm going to go ahead and read it down a little, and reminding you guys we are discussing the feminine side of the collective. And it doesn't necessarily mean man or woman, we're discussing what's going on in the feminine area, the feminine region, the feminine, okay, feminine spirits. 4 o'clock on the dot, that might be significant. 4 and Cancer is the 4th zodiac sign. I just get so excited when I get these synchronicities and they're just on point and I catch it in 3D, or sorry, catch it in 3D, that's funny. Catch it in 2K or 3K. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Catch it while I'm recording in 4K. Oh, 4K. I'm sorry. I'm being corny. Anyway, the next one is the fear of lack is holding you back. The fear of lack is holding you back. And oh my gosh, I know it's not the order, but 3, 6, 9, but the numbers, you got 6, because 51, 5 plus 1 is 6. We have 9, and we have 3. And if you guys know, those are all numbers that are divisible by each other, or sorry, they're all divisible by the number 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2, 9 divided by 3 is, I'm sorry, my brain just is 9. Sorry. Is it 9? Why do I feel like I can't do math right now? Like, or I just can't, like, I don't know. That might be significance, like, right now. Like, I feel like a lot of people in the feminine side, or that are embodying their feminine energy, or just divine, a lot of the divine feminines they're having this phase of, like, brain fog. I'm also getting that maybe a lot of you guys have children, or you guys are pregnant, or you guys are just in the hi love, or you guys are in the energy of creating something right now, and it might not be I'm not saying it's against your will, but I'm also saying that maybe God is helping you create something, whether that means God is trying to help you create a heaven on earth. God is trying to help you create a stable mindset for you guys to transition. And when I mean by transition, I know transition means to die, but our old selves has to die. So many women have been calling me Pookie lately, and it's honestly shaking me up, because my mom is the only person who calls me Pookie. So I'm getting the sense that, like, everyone that calls me Pookie, don't start calling me Pookie if you don't already call me Pookie. But if you call me Pookie, I swear we just have a connection. Ooh, it's a bumblebee. A bumblebee literally just pulled up when you came in. That's cute. That might be one of your ancestors, Sitara. Freaking a bumblebee. You probably do have bumblebee ancestors, or your ancestors come in forms of bumblebees. Have you ever been stung by a bumblebee? Anyway, let me get back on task. 6, 9, and 3 are significant. We're talking about the feminine side of the collective right now. You got La Palma, which is the palm tree, El Venado, which is the deer, and La Mano, which is the hand. I'm also reading it in a sense where I just watched your video where you were talking about seeing oh my gosh, what the hell? Okay, but the last card we drew was the La Mano, and I'm just getting this as the hand of God. And then the first card we drew obviously is La Palma, so tree energy. So I feel like a lot of people at this time need to maybe go out in nature and reconnect. Getting the codes from the trees, to be honest. Hug a tree, go sit near a tree, go sit in the grass, go touch grass. I feel like a lot of you guys at this time have been very busy with maybe school, or busy with just work in general, and you guys are not making enough time to be in nature, like, fully, or you'll be outside for a quick second. Like, take your time, enjoy being outside, enjoy summer while it's still here. You know, summer is a season, it doesn't stay, especially if you're in an area like the DMV, or an area where you have all 4 seasons. You know, our seasons are not like, we're not like Californians or freaking Arizona, where it's like hot all year round. We have 4 seasons, so we transition every quarter is a new season. So appreciate summer while it's here. For the people who are in a grieving state or grieving period at this time, God is also saying not to put too much pressure on yourself to succeed, whatever that means, because you're already succeeding. You're already in the correct places. You're already in the correct spaces. You are loved. Oh my gosh, I thought you came in here right after I got the download of I'm going to say it again for you, but literally you came in here right after I said, let me read it actually. I got these downloads the other day. The last one I read, or the other one I read, was there are parked cars in heaven. Yeah, but that definitely is significant for you. You can definitely watch this back when it uploads to YouTube, and I'm going to keep it on this page for a little bit. But the download we're on right now is the fear of lack is holding you back. So I feel like a lot of feminines in my collective, you guys are in a lot of fear states. Like, I feel like you are choosing to be stagnant simply because you are afraid of what's next, or you're afraid of what's going to happen next, and which is putting you in a lack state, which is also hindering you from embodying your true abundance. Oh, you just teared up. You know what, that Cancer season is no joke, guys. Like, we're really, Cancers are the crab. They're the crab, and they're like the deep oceans, you know what I'm saying? So emotions are going to be coming up at this time. But God is saying, if you guys are feeling lack because you guys are fearing what's next, because maybe you guys have gone through a tough time recently, or maybe this year maybe for some of you haven't been the easiest, and that's understandable. But God's hand is on you, bro. Like, what's the song? His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he's watching. Wait, he watches me. Yeah, his eyes on a sparrow, and I know he watches me. Or she, however you embody God. God is not a gender. God is very, very, very much complex. But the Most High is definitely here for you always. When you talking to yourself, you're talking to your higher self or God. So I'm getting this feeling that some of you guys, maybe people around you, make you feel crazy about. I feel like some of you guys have been activating, like, but you guys haven't really been realizing it because you guys are going through maybe some type of dark night of the soul. Like, you have been going through a lot of transitions in life, and maybe your gifts are starting to activate one day at a time. And you guys are maybe hearing things, you guys are maybe seeing things, or tasting things, or smelling things, but they're not really there. They're in, like, the spirit realm. And you guys maybe have been afraid to ask people other about it because your friends are maybe not too tapped into that, or they are judging. They're a little bit more judgmental, and they're not open-minded about these things. I just saw lightning. That was a confirmation. Oh my gosh. But Spirit is saying, do not be afraid of the gifts that are like you're gaining. I know it can be scary, but one, do not ignore your intuition about people. I'm getting that for some reason. Confirmation. Do not ignore your intuition about people. If you've been getting weird feelings around certain men, certain women, cut them out. I don't care, bro, because you cannot take everybody with you where you're going in life, and you also cannot. You keep around people that are not for you. They can. Okay, let me give you some imagery. You have you with your blessings in like a locked box, right? That God has given you, and you're on your way to opening this locked box. Then you have people or person, you know, next to you, hovering with you, thinking that, trying to convince you that they're with you, but they're actually not. They're just trying to see what's in your fucking box. Confirmation. That's scary, because it's like you're, with your purest heart, you're thinking that these people around you are for you, that they love you unconditionally, but they only love what they can do for, what you can do for them. But I feel like some of you guys actually do know this. It's just you guys sometimes have a struggle with the heart over head thing. Like, you're getting the intuitive messages about certain people, but because you don't want to be mean, or because you have maybe difficulty setting boundaries with yourself due to maybe how you were raised as a child, because you probably had like a strict household. I had a semi-strict household. Like, I had one strict parent, so I definitely relate to that. And honestly, our childhood does play a big role in how we interact in our adulthood. So maybe setting boundaries is actually a difficult thing to do for you, because in your house you almost didn't have privacy, or you didn't have what you needed, like basic human being needs, like privacy, the right to privacy, or the right to speak up for yourself, or even set boundaries with your own family or parents. But God is going to help you set those boundaries. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, but God's going to help you, because at the end of the day, setting boundaries will make you rich. It doesn't feel good at first, because especially if you're an empath, or you feel really bad, but after a while, once you just keep setting these boundaries with these people, you're gonna continue going on an upward path, because we don't have time for people to be snatching our blessings. How we gonna open our blessings? We unlocking our little box God got for us in this current period of time, this level, and we got niggas peeking and shit trying to, no. If you gotta swat them. They're like flies or like gnats. Like, you ever seen a whole bunch of gnats in the area, just like it's unsanitary. It's not halal, bro. They're not halal. Anyway, but that's the card of the hand. God will have his or her hand in everything you do. The next card is the Office of the Deer, and I don't know if you guys have seen Get Out, but I think in the opening scene, they hit a deer. It's something about deers being suicidal, bruh. For some odd reason, I know I'm not the only one who feels like this. I feel like deers legitimately jump in. Like, at this point, you guys should be evolved. Why are y'all jumping out in the middle of the road? This is not for everybody. I feel like somebody maybe had an encounter with a deer, but I don't know why I said deers are suicidal, but maybe you guys are in some suicidal energy. I want to say, first of all, that I love you, and I'm sorry if you are feeling this way. I've felt this way many countless of times, and I know it's not easy. Be patient with yourself. Take care of yourself. Drink some water. Make sure you're feeding yourself good foods. Eat fruits. Eat vegetables. Get outside. Get some vitamin D. Talk to God. Talk to your parents. Talk to whomever you trust and love. Hug yourself. I know that can be uncomfortable sometimes too, but just try to treat yourself a little bit better while you're in these lower stages, because I know that when you're in these lower periods of time, it's not easy to go through. You have to grow through them, not go through them. And the confirmation. And the last card we got was the La Palma, and we already discussed how you need to be out in nature. Alright, so I'm going to read the next download. This might be the last download, because I got like these two, but I'm only going to read the ones from the 21st. So the last download is, what is peace without the recognition of war? And on a grander scale, this might be talking about the whole World War III that's about to happen in America, or even the whole the whole thing. I don't want to get too much into the politics of it all, because I'm educated, but I'm not too educated, and I don't want to say anything that's politically incorrect or to the point where I'm offending anyone. But this might be actually a download that's significant to that on a grander scale. But on a more microscopic, smaller scale, what is peace within without the recognition of the war within? Like, a lot of people want peace. They want the positive things in life, but they don't realize that you wouldn't know what peace, love, and happiness was if you did not experience war, violence, and anger within yourself. And I think I'm going to stop right there for some reason. I thought I was going to maybe draw some more cards, but honestly, this is a really good start. I want to do some more readings throughout the week, so I think I'm probably going to do readings every day at 3:30 for the rest of the week, following this new moon energy. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a beautiful new moon in Cancer. If you guys want a real baptism, if it starts to rain in your area, if like it starts pouring, go out there. I went out on Juneteenth when it started like raining really bad, and I got showered with rain. And when I tell you, oh my gosh, it felt amazing. It literally felt exhilarating. I feel like I was in the movie, like, you know those white girls in the movies and their hair just, but oh my god, like that's how I felt. And I do that like literally almost every year, but I haven't done it in a while. So if you guys are bold enough and you guys want to baptize yourself, or you guys want to like just get cleansed by God's freaking rain, go outside when it rains and just sit there or run in the rain. Like, really trigger and activate your inner child at this time, because I know these are happy times. I love you guys, and happy birthday to somebody. I know somebody who's going to watch this in the future maybe have a Cancer birthday, so happy birthday to all the Cancers, and I love you.